Today I'm sharing a very simple card project, but also sharing tips on how to make the process go smoother so you end up with a card you love. That video is coming up next. Step one in making a simple card successfully is finding some products that you love and want to work with. And I suggest looking for something that is simple, but also gives you some opportunities to have some creative fun. This is a really sweet die set from Concord and Ninth, and it allows you to make a charming wreath with a banner greeting, or there's also word dies that say thanks and hello. And I'll probably cut everything so that you can see what it looks like. So that is that part. There's also a stamp set that goes with it, and these little greetings, they work inside that banner. So a simple little set is great, but then you need to pick your cardstock colors. Now here's a hot tip. So often when I get a new set, I just look for the colors that are in the sample on the back if the packaging provides that. I happen to have all of the Concord and Ninth colors. Plus, because I do this for a living, I have swatch rings of all my cardstocks. So I can go through and pick out the matches and then get ready to do all of the die cutting first so that the assembly becomes easier. Let me go ahead and pull cardstocks for this simple card. I pulled cardstocks that were very close. Well, actually, some of these are probably exact matches, but I did not have this color from Concord and Ninth, so I just pulled a slightly brighter blue tone because I think that will look pretty with this palette. Now it's time to get die cutting. Of course, I'm going to pop off the elements off of the backer. Now there's a little tape that's holding it down, and I just go through and peel everything off until I have all of the dies released. Once I have everything cut out, I'll bring in like a magnetic little sheet here. This is actually just some magnetic paper, and I also use a lot of magnetic boards to store dies on, but not everything that I use. So oftentimes I'll just put the dies on one of these little magnetic sheets just while I'm working so I don't lose anything, and so I can start to pick out the colors that I need and I don't lose anything in the process. So I'm going to start by cutting out, see, there's that little guy right there. Also, little magnets are very helpful for picking up tiny dies off of your surface. I'm going to start by cutting this, and I think this needs to be cut from brown. I'm going to use my Cathy Designs Intracut machine, and I have it set on where it says die cut, and I usually put my tightness at about -3. That just tends to work for my needs when I'm cutting. And I've got my cutting mat and my platform. This is a really good basic machine because you can change the adjustment dial based on what you are cutting. So I'm going to open it up and close these. It will adhere it to my glass surface that I work on. And we'll just start cutting. I'll just do one first on camera, and then I'm going to get them all cut out. But when I do, I have everything ready to go. This is the cutting mat. This is the piece. Now, if you're worried about things shifting when you cut, you can always, tape something into place, which sometimes I do. I also use an electric die cut machine a lot for my card making and crafting. But here, we're just going to run it through. I might have it a little tight for this today, but we'll see. There we go. And the first die cut comes out like this, and it's ready to get popped out. Let's see what happens if I drop it. Yeah, sometimes, here, I'll show you. Sometimes it works great. You just go, boop, and it starts to loosen it up. There we go. Patented technique. And there is the wreath base for my card project. So I'm going to go ahead and cut out all the other pieces, and then we will assemble our wreath. Next, it's time to start assembling the wreath. Now, I like to use liquid glue for something like this. And I also like to glue on these little, this is some Tim Holtz media grip mat. I cut them down into little sheets like this, and I use them for gluing because they kind of hold your die cuts, well, they kind of hold them in place, but this is really easy to clean up and it's very easy to work with. So when I'm looking at something like this, it kind of feels like you have to go in order, and I'm thinking these little small guys, they are going to go on first because some of the greens go over. So you want to start from the bottom up, and that's why this can be really helpful. I'm going to put this over here. Just keep your packaging handy so as you are trying to figure out what goes where, you're going to know. So I'm going to start here with, let's see here, I'm going to tilt it that way, and then I can say we're going to start right over here and add the pieces. So once you get going, it's pretty easy to know where it all goes, but I feel like every time you're starting with a new project, it can take a little to figure that out. So I'm just going to put that right on my wreath there. And if the glue seeps out a little on the bottom, it's no big deal because it will come right off of that very, very easily. So here we'll take that, and you just line up your die cuts like that, and then we keep going. So I'm going to still stick with this lower little friend here, and here we're going to have the big flower, that guy. Oh, that's coming out on that one. Oh, it's right there. Okay, you just got to look and follow. Now I've never put this one together, so this is a new set for me as well. And again, you're going to put it in where it's going to go on the lowest layer. So I'm coming around, oh, come here. I'm coming around here on the side, and we're going to move into that one. Also, I put my liquid glue in these little tiny squeeze bottles because it's very easy to manipulate that way for me. All right, and this will be this color, which just is going to alternate as we go. Press. The nice thing about this liquid glue as well, it's very strong, and you are not going to have to worry about your die cuts coming apart. They are going to stay in place beautifully. All right, and you go there. I'm going to speed this up just a little because it is a bit repetitive. You just follow the map, so to speak. And I like to keep the packaging out if it includes a picture, because it really does help you to know where to build the layers, in what order they should go, and it just makes assembly a lot faster. So I'm working my way around, and it just comes together pretty quickly once you get going. Big flowers going on, centers go in the big flowers. And the cool thing about a simple set like this is you can play with a bunch of different color combos once you get confident, right? And I think you just have to do it a couple of times. What I like to do again is follow a color way that has been laid out for me on the packaging, and then I know what I'm doing. Of course, here we're just going around, and those little blue flowers, you can also use the other little berry dies. And here I'm going to add just a couple more leaves. I didn't like this first one. I wanted to use two of the smaller ones, but you can add as many extra leaves and make your wreath as full as you like. And that's how easily this comes together. Love how it looks. Before I stamp a banner to see what that looks like, I'm actually going to grab another piece of grip mat, and I'm going to show you a little technique that I learned from another maker on the internet. Her name is Natalie Bowers, and I learned this from her. You take a little of your glue, right? Get that down. And I've got my layers of die cuts here. I'm going to keep the pretty gold one up here. Tap on a pastry brush, or not a pastry, a basting brush that I have cut all the bristles. I just took a very sharp blade, scissors, and cut it. And then what you do, I'm going to use my glue guy to hold that right there, is you just kind of potch on so it's all over the die cut. Then you can pick up another layer, line it up, and glue it down. And the reason I'm doing this is to build up a little dimension on this die cut. So look at that, isn't that cool? And then your liquid glue lets you kind of wiggle it into place. I think that looks really good. And then I take the next round, and again, you can just use this glue pin. I keep glue pins in these bottles, but that way you can get glue on it and it doesn't really matter because it's going back in the bottle anyway. Like that. Okay, put it back in the bottle. And I'm going to take this. I don't want this to get mucky, so I'm just going to line it up, drop it on top. I'm going to get it right off this mat. Slide it and wiggle those die cuts into place so that I have this nice dimensional, delicate thanks. Just kind of wiggle and wiggle like that, and then it has some heft to it. And then I like to take something heavy and put it on top, my little glass block, and let that adhere. The cool thing about these grip mats, you can let this dry and just roll off the adhesive. What I like to do with these parts on the bristles here, I have a little spray bottle with some alcohol, and I'll just spray it in there, roll it around a bit in the alcohol, and dry it off with a paper towel. You can also do the same with these mats and the glue. Put some alcohol on it, rubbing alcohol, and just sort of give it a quick scrub with a paper towel. And they are as good as new. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little sample where I stamp a greeting just to show you how this die works when you cut out the positive first. Well, I guess we could just, now I'm going to do it the long way. Okay, I'm going to drop this down and try not to manipulate it all that much. We're just using this little negative piece here as an outline template. So I will take some black ink, stamp it down like that. And then all I need to do is come over here, and this is going to frame this out, and we're going to get this nice little way of making sure that's centered. So what you do is take a little tape runner, just put a little down, frame out the greeting so that it looks, you know, how you want it to look, like that. I think that looks good. Pop it into place, and then you pop your die cut back in, and I'm actually going to stamp it with a different ink. Oh, that's the wrong way. Let's go like that. Okay. I'm going to use a black pigment ink. So I will clean that dye ink off and take my black pigment ink and stamp that down. This is just a very black ink, and I really love the way it stamps. It just has to dry for a second before you can work with it. So that's how you could stamp out a banner greeting for your card if you wanted to go with that route. Now that I've got both of these options, I actually think the thanks is really pretty. I like that greeting there. Either would work. They're both very cute, but for some reason, I think this has a very cool look to it where it's going to pop up and off. But now I have to decide, do I want to do a simple white note card, which is always classic, or do I want to look through my cardstock and say, well, what if, you know, what if I took one of these colors that's maybe a little darker or lighter? You know, this is where if it's me, I always default to white. I think white is pretty. If you wanted to add something extra, you could ink blend in the center and have some ink blending come out, but I'm just going to put this on a classic white note card. Got my piece of 8.5 by 5.5 inch cardstock. This is the heavyweight white cardstock that I love, which is the Nina Classic Crest in Solar White, 110 pound, scoring at 4 1/4, and giving that a nice press with my Teflon bone folder. I'm going to tape it closed because I can't stand cards popping up, and I've done this since day one, because it needs to be flat. Now, one thing you could do to step it up a little is you could pop up your wreath, because there's really some really easy places to put some foam squares on. So I'm going to grab some here, and I think I will pop some on in key places where you won't see them.
5 minutes later.
See, here's the thing. You can planning a card takes time, right? And sometimes, you know, it doesn't always work the way we think it's going to be. If we think it's going to be really quick and easy, sometimes it takes a little. Like that guy right there. Now here's the thing too, even though you might see a little bit of that, it's not really going to be a big deal because these foam squares are white. And so that won't really show up much. And now we can get our wreath lined up, and it will be right in the center with just that little bit of dimension, and then we're going to pop the greeting on top. All right, now that I have all of these little guys off, I'm just going to, meaning the backers, I'm just going to drop it down on my card front in the center like that. Okay, so my wreath is down, and I will press that in and let that adhere. Then I don't think I need to have any lift off the banner itself, because the banner is going to go kind of across like that. Okay, so that can just be glued, I guess, right on the points of contact. And yes, you do end up covering up some of what you've created, but that's okay. Really just depends on where you place it. Okay, so this guy is going to go at an angle like that. That way I don't cover up any of the big flowers, and I can press. And then all I need to do is add liquid glue to the back here. And instead of using that technique where I'm potching a bunch of it down, I'm just going to add glue to key points here. Sometimes I have to wipe that tip off. There we go. And it should be enough to hold it in place, just doing little daubs for most of what is going to make contact. And then you just line it up. It doesn't have to curve. It's just going to sit on the banner like that. Oh, I think that is so pretty. And let that adhere. And that is the finished card project. It's very simple, right? But I think simple is good, and sometimes it takes some planning, right? You have to plan your colors. I love the fact that you can literally look at the guide on the back. Mine's a little different, but not that different. And then if you have a simple white note card, you can add an envelope to pick up one of these colors. Here, I would pick that envelope color to go with the design. Let's do a quick design review to wrap up today's video. This is such a simple design. We are extremely center weighted. Our greeting goes right through the center. We repeat white cardstock in 2 places. Of course, our flowers and greens all repeat as they go around in this limited palette, and the center weight just gives it a very nice, even, stable feel. You could certainly embellish this if you wanted to. Sometimes I really like to keep my cards simple. You could also take one of these greetings from inside and stamp, I may not always say it, but I appreciate you. And what does this one say? Hard days feel softer with you by my side. There are other greetings that you could put on the inside as well, but I'm going to keep it very simple. And that wraps up this simple card project built with die cuts and a little planning. You can find links to all of the products I used in today's video in the YouTube description box. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, I'd love to have you, so please hit that subscribe button and be sure to hit the notification bell so that you don't miss the next time I post. Here is another card project you may be interested in checking out, and I'll see you in that video. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.